Next level now. I was just telling Kirk off camera that I love it when he says the next level now, when he goes real deep, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool.
One of the things that I really want to talk about people, though, not related to what we're going to talk about today, but is the secret in communication, because I've analyzed this. You've talked about this to me. And I don't realize that I'm doing it, but you know what it is losing that fear of letting your voice and your expressions do what you're picturing in your head.
I like that.
And you will talk about me emulating my dad. I emulate my dad. I'm using his voice. When I do that, in my mind, it's not his voice, but it is. And I think a lot of that came from when I read to the kids. I read every Harry Potter book out loud to them. I read the entire Tolkien trilogy, including The Hobbit, to them with voices. And I think that gives you that
vocal range.
And the fear of, or lack of fear of, I can talk like this. You know, whatever you want to do, because it became natural to me.
I love that.
It's cool.
It is. It is. It's unique to you.
That's good to know. Good to know.
Yes.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, Kirk, I think today we should discuss growth and development, and how anytime we grow and we expand ourselves, we go through a little bit of that growing pains.
Isn't that interesting? Because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Pain. There was a TV show about that, right?
Growing pains.
Yeah, that was an 80s thing.
Yes.
I heard about it while I was in college. I was busy doing other things.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to watch it. But yeah, there is a lot of pain associated with growth. Do you think that pain is necessary?
Yes.
Why?
Because in order to get from where you are to the next level, you have to expand yourself, your capacity to hold whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. What I mean by that is, like with the next level now, we have a very big vision for what this is going to be, what it is already, and it's got momentum. And to be able to get from the start to gaining that momentum, there's growth in that, and you have to be able to expand and adapt.
You do. And to me, there's a dichotomy in that. All right, you want what you want at the end of the rainbow. We've all been trained. We all think that way. We're all petulant little children. We want it now. But that growth does not occur now. And therefore, between that and that fear of stepping across that threshold into the unknown, yes. So now you have that dichotomy. I want, but I can't, but I want, but I can't. And it's a back and forth thing. It's the angel on this shoulder, the devil on that shoulder. And it's just really, and I think, to me, the growth that occurs then occurs at the same speed, no matter what you're doing, it's going to occur at its speed.
Yes.
It's just how much you accept that speed.
Yes. Another thing, going back to Growing Pains, the TV show from the 80s.
Yes.
Because I remember it. That was the one with Tony Danza?
Yes.
We don't talk about growing pains anymore.
No.
And it's become so, oh no, we don't want to experience that. But there's growth in it, and it is a beautiful thing. Maybe not while you're going through it.
No. But if you think about it, learning to tie your shoes, you didn't want to do it. You didn't like doing it. It was much easier when mom did it, right?
Yes.
But you have to learn how to do it. Riding a bicycle, same thing. Going to school the first day.
Yes.
The first day they drew a body out of the tank and handed it to us and said, you're going to dissect this.
Yeah.
So we have to go through those pains. That is where the growth occurs.
Absolutely.
How do you find some of the ways, because there's no one way, I guess. What are some of the ways that you come up with to cope with those growing pains?
Going through it right now, personally, I would say the only way for me to deal with it is to handle it very privately. Because there'll be days where you don't want to talk to people because they may not understand. You may be a little bit moody, so to speak, and it just, you need to be able to go through those growing pains and say, hey, I'll get back with you shortly, but I just don't feel like talking today, or I just need a day to.
I think those journeys are private.
They are.
It's your own struggle. It's what you're doing. Most of the people who are wanting to pitch in are giving you their advice as to what worked for them.
Right.
And as you're talking about this, I'm reflecting on my own, and I have a way of dealing with it. And I know you've talked to me about this before also. I am a pretty structured character. You may not believe that. You may find that very hard to believe, but I'm pretty structured. And with that structure, therein is my inner peace.
Yeah.
I've learned, okay, focus on what it is that I want. And then I have ways of making that become a pretty big obsession for me. Once I get to that point, then I can start to work my way through as to how to get there.
Yeah.
But I can tell people that's my way, and they're welcome to try it. And if you want, let me know, and I'll give you more detail on it. But that does not necessarily mean it would work for anybody else. I don't know. I think it has to feel genuine too.
Let me ask you this. When you have those dark days, the days where, you're just like either in your head or you just not something that you would want the world to see, how do you manage that within your household, with your family?
I think the first thing that you said was that there has to be that separation, that space. You have to be in your own shell for a little bit. But for me, the fastest way out of that I've discovered is for me, again, and I start working on what it is that I know to work with, law of attraction. I work on the positive. I work on the visualization. And Tamika, I will visualize it. I may spend 2 or 3 days just really, what's it look like?
Laser focused.
Trying to get as many of my 5 senses to it as I can. What's it smell like? Who's with me? What are they wearing? Where are we at? What are they saying? Is there music? Is there conversation? Can I pick it up? Can I taste it? Okay, all of these things.
Right.
And then I start writing. And I write that visualization down. And the reason I do that is somewhere along the line, I learned that by writing pen to paper, not dictating into a phone, not typing it out, writing it hardwires it to your brain.
That's true. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yes.
So the more I write it, the more it drives it deep to the subconscious, which we know is the seat of the law of attraction. And pretty soon, because I'm focused on it, oh, here's an idea. I might try this. And then you start on that path, and pretty soon you're finding your way through.
Wow.
But that's for me, that's how it works.
Yeah. See, I'm totally different. You're structured, I'm not structured. So I feel the pain. Like I try not to avoid it, because if I try to avoid it, it's still going to come to me at some point. So you can't outrun it.
Nope.
So I just, usually I sleep, or I process it. I'm usually laying down. So I spend a lot of time in my bed just processing the emotions and what I'm experiencing and the pain, and I have to go through that to be able to get to the other side. And it's interesting because it can be very dark when the emotional part.
Yes.
It can be very dark.
Yes.
And so that's when I shut down, and I don't want to talk to anyone, because I don't want to bring anybody else down or just That's my own personal.
I'm with you on that, because in that space, emotional space, even the kindest of comments coming from family can receive a snappy answer from me.
Yes, same here.
which can be misinterpreted. So for me, that's also an impetus to, let's get busy here, Kirk. Let's find our way out of this as quickly as we can. And that's, each of us has our own way. And it's so interesting because my take on watching you through life, you're an aesthetic. You're someone who, you see the flowing and you see, look, it's a sunrise.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
It's like,
yeah.
wow. And I look at, sun. And I keep going. It's just different. I get my joys in different places, and thank God we all do. Because it would be very boring, very crowded if we did it the other way.
That's true.
Does that make a difference then as you come through this? You're laying there, you're processing, your mind's thinking, and I'm just visualizing in my head. You're just meandering through all of these different emotions, all these different scenarios. You're just winding your way through it. When you come through to the other side of that, is there a motivation? Is there a plan, or does the plan have to come after the motivation, or does the plan come with the motivation as you come out the other side?
It comes through inspiration.
Okay.
So I'll go through that, I call it the dark forest.
Yeah, perfect.
And then I come to like an open space and I'm like, just like you said, the sunshine.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The sky has opened up and then I start to it's gratitude first. It's gratitude, and then I get inspired. And then I have all these ideas. And that's the creative part. So
I've seen that.
yeah, like it's the part where you go through the whether it's a desert or a dark forest, whatever it is.
I walk through the valley of shadow of death.
Yeah, I mean, it can be quite dark. And then you get to the other side and it's like, that's where the creativity happens. That's where that's part of being human.
It is part of being human. It is. And if you think about it and you start looking at even literature, okay, and this has been debated and talked about forever. The Christian monk from the 1600s, I forget who he was, the Dark Night of the Soul. Okay, we've lost touch with everything that gets us motivation.
Yes.
And he talks about it and coming through the other side, learning where to find that motivation again. So many of the great epic works, Dante's Inferno, all of them are talking about this same thing. We all experience it.
And also, if you think about some of the greats in history, I mean, I'm just thinking of like, first person that comes to mind is Winston Churchill, because my husband just loves Churchill because he chain smoked cigars and he drank champagne and whatever. But I mean, he was drunk all the time.
Yeah.
And he was smoking all the time. But he was brilliant. And so everybody just accepted it back then. Today, you can't even do that.
No.
You cannot drink all day. You'll have a million DUIs. But that doesn't mean that, I think society has lost the respect for an being imperfectly perfect.
I believe so, and I'm going to put the blame on that, if I can, on the speed with which technology has brought us, we communicate so much faster.
Yeah. And
because of that, we expect our results so much faster. And because of that, we don't have time for the imperfections. We don't even want to look at those imperfections. Let's go.
Right.
I've spent a lot of time lately thinking about this. Primitive man, no written language, just barely starting to communicate, right? And the only way that they actually had of preserving history was through oral repetition of their own personal histories. Written language. Okay, so it's a little bit better. We can remember it, painting on the cave walls, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you can progress it from there to telegraph, telephone, radio. And now we don't even use words. Yeah.
LOL.
LOL. CUL8R. Right?
See you later. Yeah.
See you later. Fire. Or a pile of poop. Whatever it is.
Right.
And I find that type of communication lacking.
Disturbing.
There's no emotion behind it. And if we don't have depth to what we're thinking, to what we're communicating, to how we're experiencing the dark night of the soul. I wasn't sure if that was a truck or if that was thunder. I hope it was thunder. But at any rate, if we don't have a way of expressing that and sharing that with other people, other than with a little tiny picture like we're back in caveman day,
Yeah.
we're lost.
We are.
We are.
But what I love about the next level now is that this is a place where we can have those conversations.
Absolutely.
About the dark night and walking through the dark forest. And I think it really makes you reflect on how you process things. Like you have the structured way of doing things, you have the unstructured way of doing things, you have everything in between.
Everything in between.
And it's okay.
It is okay.
It is very, yeah.
Self-awareness, and for people who are watching this is literally what we're talking about. Self-awareness, which is the key, in my mind, to becoming the next level now, to becoming a higher state of human existence, which is what we're all here to do.
Yeah.
It's our purpose. And, it's amazing to me that there's people, and everyone comes at their own time for it. But there's those people who you talk to about this, and you can see them immediately shut down. They want nothing to do with it.
Right.
And they've yet to hit that dark night of the soul. They'll find it. Or maybe some of them, I have a daughter and lost a son because they couldn't get out of the dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy how it works. But yes, the next level now offers us all of these ways that we can find our way through it. We're here to talk about it,
Yes.
here to share experiences, things that maybe you get stuck on, how to communicate, the art of speaking.
Motivational strategies.
Motivational strategies,
Yeah.
yes. Any of these, and we are here to help you with those, not only with the courses, but with one-on-one coaching.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can read it, or you can listen to it, but it doesn't really sink in. You have questions, and of course, if you're doing it that way, you can't ask those questions. So we're here to do that for you as well.
And in its simplest form, when you have one-on-one coaching with someone, haven't you ever had that great conversation with somebody that you just met and you just talked through things, whether it was your occupation or their life story, and it offers clarity. It gives you perspective on life. Just hearing someone else's perspective on things, clarity is the key word.
It is it's absolutely huge. And that's, the clarity ties into the vision ties into the communication. We can't do without any of these things. You won't progress, and you're meant for so much more. You are meant for so much more.
Yeah.
And there is more out there. There's so much more to life than just coming home 9 to 5 and watching TV, feeding the cat and going to bed.
Amen.
There's so much more to it. We can all go on, sunrise, whatever it is.
Yes.
But you're meant to have it. You really, really are.
Absolutely. So on that note, we're going to close it out.
Yes.
This is not goodbye. This is see you next time.